We planned a 5-minute hold for the Dragon cargo spacecraft at waypoint 2, 28 meters away from the International Space Station. Teams here on the ground in Mission Control Houston and in SpaceX in Hawthorne, California have just now pulled go for final approach and docking of NASA's SpaceX 34th Commercial Resupply Services mission, carrying 6,500 pounds of food, cargo, supplies, and science to the orbiting laboratory. We are now about 50 seconds away from the end of that 5-minute hold, and we'll continue to monitor the final leg of Dragon's journey to the orbiting laboratory. And you can start to see the shadows building up on the Dragon cargo spacecraft as it and the International Space Station now making its way into an orbital nighttime.
We see hold transition to approach to a line point. We were expecting to see approach to docking ports. Scratch that, we see the transition now. Vehicle modes now approach to docking port. We're in block 5.
Using copies.
Houston Station for the block Bravo. The docking port. Range is 18 meters and the vehicle is...
Using copies.
And with that, 18 meters and closing as the hold has completed and Dragon has continued its approach on its way to docking. We'll continue to stand by. Anticipated docking about 3.5 minutes from now. Dragon spacecraft now inside 15 meters from the International Space Station. And a great view there, the forward docking port on the right-hand side, and Dragon making that slow, methodical approach off the left. And there you can see some of the minor adjustments it's making to properly align itself with that forward docking port, as we are now 11 meters away, as all that separates the cargo spacecraft and the International Space Station.
In the station for block Bravo, the range is 10 meters and decreasing. The vehicle is centered, and the largest error observed is that less than half a degree.
Using copies.
Dragon now 8 meters away from the International Space Station, standing by. And again, you can see those minor adjustments and pushes forward for the Dragon cargo spacecraft to align with that forward docking port on the right side in front of the Harmony module of the International Space Station, now approaching inside 5 meters. Now,
Station, we reach 2 meters, crew hands off point.
Concur.
Crew hands-off point standing by for contact.
Dragging contact and soft capture complete.
We're moving to section 9 of the procedure for soft capture.
Contact and soft capture complete at 5:37 a.m. Central Time, 6:37 a.m. Eastern, as the International Space Station and the Dragon Cargo Resupply Services mission have come together over the Northwest Pacific Ocean. Again, capture confirmed and soft capture completed at 5:37 a.m. Central Time, 6:37 a.m. Eastern Time. NASA's SpaceX 34th Commercial Resupply Services mission has arrived to the International Space Station.
Ring retraction in progress.
And we just heard that the soft capture ring retraction is now in progress. That'll pull the Dragon cargo spacecraft closer to that forward port of the Harmony module, in which the hooks will clamp around to form the hard mate, and we'll monitor those two sets of 6 hooks that will form the tight seal between the Dragon spacecraft and the International Space Station. And again, thank you for following along with us this morning as NASA SpaceX's 34th Commercial Resupply Services mission has reached the International Space Station, with docking at 5:37 a.m. Central Time at 6:37 a.m. Eastern, as the International Space Station and the Cargo Dragon spacecraft were orbiting 260 miles above the Earth over the Northwest Pacific Ocean. And this will complete a some 37-hour journey for the Dragon spacecraft upon liftoff from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. That occurred on a Friday evening at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:05 p.m. Central. And both Dragon and the International Space Station making its way into an orbital nighttime, so the daylight of the sun will fade off. There you can see the navigation light, the green navigation light, the starboard side of the Dragon cargo spacecraft that NASA astronaut Jack Hathaway and ESA astronaut Sophie Adno, who were monitoring the approach and docking today from the cupola, were using to help monitor the orientation. So again, the 34th Commercial Resupply Services mission between NASA and SpaceX has reached the International Space Station.
We see both Sensor 1, Sensor 2 upon docking complete are out, and we've started our 5-minute timer.
And we copy.
And that was NASA astronaut Jack Hathaway relaying down to the ground the docking procedures and setting the timer as the soft capture ring being retracted.
Station Houston, ring retraction extraction is complete. Docking sequence is holding for MCS reconfiguration.
Communication there as the ring retraction has been completed, the soft capture ring that is. And setting a pause is the teams configuring additional systems as the Dragon cargo spacecraft has successfully docked to the International Space Station. 5:37 a.m. was contact over the Northwest Pacific Ocean, 6:37 a.m. Eastern Time. This mission bringing 6,500 pounds of food, supplies, cargo, and research investigations to the Expedition 74 crew.